All right, let's talk about artificial intelligence. You know, AI. It's a term that is absolutely everywhere, and everyone's saying it's going to trigger the next big industrial revolution. But honestly, with this stuff moving so fast, it can be really tough just to keep up. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to make AI simple and turn any confusion you might have into clarity.
So when I say the letters AI, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's probably a scene straight out of a movie, right? Maybe it's the Terminator, or maybe it's that chillingly calm voice of HAL 9000. Pop culture has basically filled our heads with these images of thinking, feeling, and sometimes, world-conquering machines. But the AI that's already woven into our daily lives, it's something completely different. So our first job here is to draw a really clear line in the sand. We need to separate the science fiction stuff from the reality of the tools we're using every single day.
And here it is. This is probably the most important distinction to get your head around. On one side, you've got true AI. That's the sci-fi dream of a machine that's self-aware, that learns and grows on its own. But on the other side, you have what's actually out there, what we're all using, generative AI. The key thing to remember is that it's a tool. It doesn't think, it doesn't feel. It's just an incredibly powerful pattern matcher that uses mountains of existing data to create something new.
And this right here, this is the exact mindset shift we need to make. Think of AI as a brand new power tool in your workshop. It's there to help you out, not to take over the project. It's something you are in charge of, not the other way around.
So, with that in mind, let's open up the toolkit. How can you actually start using AI as a practical tool, like right now, to make your life easier, more productive, and maybe even a little more creative?
Well, for starters, AI can be a massive game changer for your productivity. Just think about it. You could have an app that transcribes and summarizes a whole meeting for you. Boom, hours of note-taking saved. Or an email inbox that actually knows what's important and filters out the junk. Or my personal favorite, a scheduling assistant that ends that back-and-forth email nightmare of trying to find a time that works for everyone. These aren't sci-fi ideas. These are tools you can use today.
But, and this is a big but, to really unlock what these tools can do, you need to know how to talk to them. And that skill is called prompting. You can think of it as the art of giving the AI really clear, specific, and detailed instructions. Because the quality of what you get out of an AI is almost 100% dependent on the quality of the prompt you put in.
Let's make this super practical. A bad prompt is something like, suggest a museum. I mean, it's so vague, the AI just has to guess. But a good prompt gives it context. Where? When? What you're interested in. By guiding the tool, you go from getting a totally random, probably useless answer to something that's genuinely helpful and tailored just for you. Okay, now just like any powerful tool, whether it's a chainsaw or the internet itself, AI comes with some very real risks. And understanding its limits is absolutely crucial if you want to use it safely and responsibly. It's so easy to get a little too comfortable, you know? These tools feel so helpful and conversational, but that's exactly why we have to be extra careful. Especially when our personal data, or of course our money, is anywhere near it.
So what does that caution actually look like? Well, it boils down to 3 simple, non-negotiable steps. First, treat it like a public message board. Never, ever put in sensitive personal or financial info. Second, always fact-check what it tells you. AIs can be confidently wrong, it's a known issue. So always verify anything important from a source you trust. And third, you have to be on the lookout for scammers who are now using AI to make scarily convincing deepfake calls and phishing emails. If anything feels even a little bit off, check it through another channel.
And if you're wondering why that human oversight is so critical, get this. An online real estate company basically gave an algorithm the keys to the kingdom, letting it buy houses. Well, the algorithm got confused by the market, started overpaying like crazy, and lost the company over $300 million. Thousands of people lost their jobs. That is the real-world cost of trusting AI without a human double-checking its work. So, zooming out from our personal use, AI is forcing all of us to deal with some huge, society-level ethical questions. We are truly at a crossroads, and the future is literally being written by the debates that are happening right now.
And these are the big ones. Is AI going to take our jobs, or will it create new ones? How do we stop our own human biases from being baked right into the code, causing unfair decisions? Can our planet handle the massive energy and water bill for running all these data centers? And how in the world do we fight a rising tide of incredibly convincing deepfakes and misinformation? Believe me, there are no easy answers to any of these.
And that brings us to one last really provocative thought to leave you with. Maybe we're all asking the wrong question. Maybe it's not, will AI replace people? Maybe the real question is, will people who use AI replace people who don't? Now, as this technology gets deeper and deeper into our world, that is a question we're spending some time thinking about.